How disc brake work? Brakes are very crucial for stopping a vehicle. Without brakes, it is impossible to drive a car or any vehicle. Brakes are of different types, and according to the requirement, the types of brakes are chosen for the application. Here we will discuss about disc brake, main components, and working. Main components of disc brake. Wheel hub. The disc rotor is attached to the wheel hub, and it rotates with it. The wheel of the vehicle is bolted to the wheel hub. Caliper assembly. The caliper assembly consists of: Number 1. Brake pad. It makes contact with the rotor disc, and due to the friction between the brake pad and rotor disc, the vehicle's speed reduces, and it stops. Number 2. Caliper bracket. Number 3. Caliper frame. Number 4. Piston. It applies the brake force on the brake pads when brake lever is pressed. Number 5. Slider pin. It is the sliding pin, which slides in the hole when brake is applied. Number 6. Dust boots. It prevents the entry of dust into the caliper pin, or slider pin hole. Disc rotor. It is the rotating part of disc brake. When brakes are applied, a lot of heat is generated, which can decrease the braking efficiency, so the rotor has drilled vent holes on it which dissipates the heat. Working principle. The working of a disc brake is based on Pascal's law. Pascal's law. In fluid mechanics, if a fluid at rest in a closed container, a pressure change in one part is transmitted, without loss to every portion of the fluid, and to the walls of the container. The principle was first enunciated by the French scientist Blaise Pascal. Pressure is equal to the force divided by the area on which it acts. According to Pascal's principle, in a hydraulic system, a pressure exerted on a piston produces an equal increase in pressure on another piston in the system. If the second piston has an area 10 times that of the first, the force on the second piston is 10 times greater, though the pressure is same as that on the first piston. This effect is exemplified by the hydraulic press, based on Pascal's principle, which is used in such applications as hydraulic brakes. Steps involved in working. Step 1. When brake pedal is pressed, the high-pressure fluid from the master cylinder pushes the piston outward. Step 2. The piston pushes the brake pad against the rotating disc. Step 3. As the inner brake pad touches rotor, the fluid pressure exerts further force and the caliper moves inward and pulls the outward brake pad towards the rotating disc and it touches the disc. Step 4. Now both the brake pads are pushes the rotating disc. A large amount of friction is generated in between the pads and rotating disc and slows down the vehicle and finally let it stop. Step 5. When brake pad is released, the piston moves inward, the brake pad away from the rotating disc, and the vehicle again starts to move.